The Suikoden series always offers a challenge to players, especially when it comes to the boss battles. They sometimes are unfair when it comes to the mechanics, to emotional depth, or even both. After collecting response on the toughest boss battles across the entire series, a clear ranking has been made up. Not just the difficulty level, but also what kind of suffering each boss brings to the table. This is AmethystADV, and here are the top 10 hardest Suikoden boss battles, ranked from least to the most brutal. Number 10. The final mercenary battle in Suikoden Tactics. The tactical pressure to plan out your characters is a headache in itself. This battle punishes poor positioning of your characters and planning mistakes. This feels more like an exam in strategic coordination rather than a boss fight. If you're not thinking ahead and playing this like it's chess, it snowballs fast into the screen at the end that they call defeat. Do you want to try again? Number 9. The Giant Tree in Suikoden 4. This final boss battle forces you to engage all the game systems in the right order. Without the proper unite attacks like Snow and Laszlo, a great party setup, and choices in a specific fight, this is difficult to disproportionate levels. With some preparation, it's absolutely doable, but without it, you're almost certainly doomed. Especially when those leaves turn white, strap yourselves into defense mode and just hope for the best without seeing it's game over. Number 8. The Bone Dragon in Suikoden 2. The Bone Dragon is still one of the most difficult boss battles, despite being overshadowed by the Beast Rune and Luca Blight battles. It's a mid to late game difficulty spike that punishes parties that have not been leveled properly. It's not the hardest if you take it apart, but it's considered, damn, this was hard, many times in history. The liberating Green Hill story arc is difficult in itself, with facing Lucia and the Bone Dragon almost one after another with some minor skirmishes in between. That is why it is ranked number 8 in this top 10 list. Number 7. The Sun Rune Incarnation in Suikoden 5. This is a demanding but controlled endgame boss battle. Players generally rated it a 7 out of 10 difficulty, noting that failing it usually comes from mismanaging your resources. It's a tough but fair fight, with low unpredictability. It's one of the easier endgame boss battles of the series thereof, and thus in this top 10 list it ranks no higher than 7th position. Use your resources wisely, and take out the Sun Rune Incarnation for once and for all. Number 6. The Zombie Dragon in Suikoden 1. This is one of the classic early boss battles of the series that catches players off guard. The dragon casts party-wide damage most of the times, while your healing resources are limited at that early stage of the game. If the pendulum of RNG swings the wrong way, it spirals into annihilation for your party. I've had difficulties with this boss myself too many times, so no wonder that players rank this as difficult. Therefore, it ranks in number 6 in this top 10 of hardest boss battles in the Suikoden series. Coming in hot at number 5, it's the Beast Rune Incarnation of Suikoden 2. The final boss battle is difficult, I have to admit. As with anything, preparation is the key. Make sure your characters are properly leveled throughout the castle of El Renui. Get yourself some melee damages and magicians that can do both damage and have healing qualities. There are many parties to go with, though many choose for the easier routes with characters like Mazus, Luke and Tengar, for example. With these quick things, the Beast Rune will die at your hands and the city-states are safe for good. Number 5. The Beast Rune Incarnation. Number 4. Pan vs Tio in Suikoden 1. One of the most emotional battles in the series must be Pan vs Tio, apprentice versus master. How you use the small time frame of availability of Pan to level and equip him decides the outcome. Players rate this battle an 8 out of 10 difficulty on average based on Pan's build and how familiar they get with the duel system. Without a good defense stat, Pan's dead in the water. The real challenge lies in the psychology of the battle as it now lies in the players to read dialogue and plan the strategy for that. And with that, we're coming into our top 3. It's time for the first podium finisher with number 3, the Water Dragon in Suikoden III. You cannot go into Suikoden III boss battles unprepared, that's for sure. The Water Dragon is one of them. The shard-based or party-wide damages generates constant pressure to keep the party alive. Your healing windows are tight throughout the battle with this new battle system working in duos, and one mistake might just cost you the livelihood of all party members and starting anew. Some fans give it a 10 out of 10 difficulty level, and does the Water Dragon deserve spot number 3. You tackle it best by just keeping your party members up and running, boosting their defense stats with the Earth Rune, or just trying to keep them alive in any way possible by using the simple tactic called defense. The Water Dragon is just not that, but one more Suikoden III boss battle deserves the silver medal, coming up next. Number 2, the Wind Rune incarnation in Suikoden III. The Water Dragon is chaos, but the Wind Rune is summoned by Luke, and this incarnation is a suffocating end boss. The rune applies multi-person damage, and the speed often denies meaningful turns from your party members. Even with optimized equipment, it's still described by many players consistently as overwhelming. This doesn't even hit as hard, it's just that you get no chance to play your turns as well. With ratings consistently being a 10 out of 10, the silver medal has to go to the Wind Rune incarnation as the second strongest boss battle in Suikoden history. Luke in the end, well, what can we say? From Trailblazer to hero to antagonist deluxe. Before we go to our gold medalist and number 1, let's hear it for another honorable mention, being Auntie Styleades in Suikoden 5. Her ulterior motive was to keep everyone alive that she held dear, and for that she needed to betray the family using the Twilight Rune. Because of her own personal sacrifice to keep her family safe in the end. This is why Styleades deserves the honorable mention. Now it's time for our number 1 hardest boss battle. Number 1, Luca Blight in Suikoden 2. There could only be one victor in this boss battle top 10. See what I did there? The boss battle of Luca Blight is the most iconic difficulty spike in the series history. Not just because of the stats needed to beat him, but also due to the structure. You need multiple parties at the ready to fight him, shifting perspective, and a final duel that turns this victory into a psychological test. The difficulty in itself is mostly rated 7 to 8 out of 10, but it's the design of the battle and the multi-phased fight that pushes him above anything else. Even when you finally manage to defeat the epitome of evil one-on-one, the fight still continues as the war is not over. That's what makes Luca Blight the most brutally hard boss battle of the Suikoden series, on top of his purely evil characteristics. Do you agree with this ranking? Did we miss out on anyone? Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more Suikoden and RPG content, and let us know in the comments on what you thought of this ranking, based on fan perspective. Reach out to us on social media using the hashtag AmethystADV, and visit AmethystADV.com for more playthroughs, tips and tricks, podcasts and articles, all things considered RPGs, especially Suikoden. My name's been Amethyst, and I hope to see you in another video. For now, may your pixels be plentiful, your adventures prosperous, and we'll see each other in the next video.